Hey, Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review, and what we're checking out this time is the Fujiwara FKM-08 stainless Gyuto 180 millimeter knife. So this knife line uses a steel that's known as AUS 8 or AUS 8, could even be 8A. It's a full stainless steel that's pretty fine grained, and it's heat treated to about 58, 59 Rockwell, so not as hard as some of the Japanese steels, and that gives you a bit of forgiveness. So the steel is pretty easy to sharpen. It takes a really nice edge, and these knives can take a little bit of a beating in professional kitchens, so within their scope of use, of course. But so these are really popular professionals, and they were great for home environment too. They're just good workhorse knives. So the construction is mono steel, so there's no layers or cladding or anything. It's just all one hunk of AUS 8 stainless steel. And the weight on these is about 5.9 ounces or 166 grams. The edge length is about 183 millimeters on that, and they should all be pretty close to this size. So just a little over 180 or about 7.2 inches on the edge. Overall length about 11.9 inches, so just under a foot. And then the spine thickness coming out of the bolster is about 2.2 millimeters, and then it retains that and starts thinning up maybe in about the forward third of the blade towards the tip, and then thins out a bit towards the tip. The tip's not like super skinny, but it does go through product pretty darn well, and it gives you a little bit of meat at the tip for some forgiveness. The height is about 41 millimeters, so it's not a tall blade, but the handle's not super big. I'd say it's just kind of an average size handle for this size knife, so it should fit a variety of hand sizes. Not super skinny like a Takamura, not super heavy, not super big, but just kind of average size handle. You've got a fair amount of board clearance if you just do a proper grip on it where you're putting your fingers like this instead of sticking them out. But if you've got really big hands, you may want a little more height on a knife. But this might be really popular for a line knife or something where you need something smaller and more nimble. You can get in and get some work done in a compressed environment. The handle is black Packawood, which is a stabilized wood product. So nothing fancy, just a stabilized wood product known as Packawood. And so you've got a full tang and rivets and a bolster on this. The fit and finish is nice on these. The finish is the machine finish, and you can see you've got screened on kanji on there, maker's mark. You can see the edge has a bit of a polish towards the bevel, and then you got the actual edge bevel itself. I'd say this is maybe 5 out of 10 edge sharpness out of the box, so it could definitely get a little sharper. They do tend to have a little bit of sharp edges on the choil, the back of the blade here, which you could use some emery cloth or sandpaper to kind of clean that up a little bit, maybe the spine just a little bit. That'd be about the only thing you really have to do to this, or if you want to put your own edge on it out of the box, you could of course do that. So let's take a look at it on the cutting board, actually before the balance point. Since this is a shorter knife and it's got a full-on Western handle with a full tang, your balance point's about right there, so right pretty much in the middle of that bolster. Here's what it looks like on a cutting board. So pretty kind of just average profile for a Gyuto, and you can see a fair amount of belly towards the tip, so I can get pretty high on a pinch grip. I'm sorry, not pinch grip, on a rock motion. And then we just have a slight flat at the heel, but not much. So I'd say fairly curvy overall, but should work for a variety of cutting styles. So if you're looking for a little bit shorter knife in a Gyuto style, a 180 is a nice option. Again, it could be a good line knife for you, or just somebody likes something a little bit less long. There you go. So this is just a good solid line of knives that'll get a lot of work done. So this is the Fujiwara FKM-08 stainless Gyuto, the 180 millimeter size.